In just a few minutes, Richard Haass is going to join us to dig deeper into this issue. But now to politics, and Joe Biden leading President Trump by 8 points in the latest Fox News poll. Biden sits at 48%, up 6 points since last month. Trump's at 40, wow. Down 2. There is a 27-point gender gap between the two, with Trump leading by 7 points among men, while Biden is up 20 points among women. Biden also has a 64-point lead among African-American voters, and Trump trails Biden by 15 points among voters under 45 and by 3 among voters 45 and older. Biden is also up 17 points among voters 65 and older, a group the president won by 7 points in 2016. Now, when voters were asked who would do a better job handling the economy, Trump narrowly leads Biden 45 to 42%. Biden leads the president on the question of who would better handle relations with China, the coronavirus, health care, and women's rights.
You know, Jim VandeHei, look at all these numbers. First of all, this poll seems a little more in line with where things are than the Q poll, 8 points instead of 11 points. But regardless, in all of these polls, of course, we look at trends. We don't look at individual polls. And certainly the trend line's very bad for Donald Trump, very good for Joe Biden. But in this poll, like yesterday's poll, two things stick out. Three things actually stick out to me. One, over 65 voters who went for Donald Trump. Joe Biden winning them in a landslide right now. And again, this is all very predictable, and we've all been predicting it because Donald Trump has basically dismissed health care concerns of senior citizens with a lot of his pronouncements. Also, you look at the handling of the coronavirus, the most, you know, it's going to be with us through the fall. So that's still going to be extraordinarily relevant. Donald Trump's gotten just about everything wrong on it. If you look at his statements going back to January, Joe Biden's been right. But the one I want to circle is, for me, it's health care. This is the issue, as you know, that drove voters in 2018. Donald Trump is talking about abolishing the Affordable Care Act. He has nothing to replace it. Health care, especially in the age of a pandemic, is so important. And Biden wins easily in poll after poll after poll on health care. So you add up health care, coronavirus, and seniors, man, it's a pretty big hill for Donald Trump to climb, even though we're only in May.
It is. I'll sort of put an asterisk on it that the Biden campaign would say is like, who cares what a national polls show? Like, what really matters is what's happening in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Florida, these states that are actually potentially winnable by either side. And even there, there's problems for Donald Trump. When you see places like Georgia and Texas and Florida being closer than they probably should be, given the demographics of those states and given the economy heading into the coronavirus, I think that's probably what should worry the Trump campaign the most. And you nailed it on the numbers. If I were him, I'd be really worried about, and healthcare sits under that, is the fact that people think you're doing a lousy job dealing with the coronavirus, which is the sort of the epic topic of our generation. Like, that's a killer for him, because you go back a month or two and most people had a favorable view of how he was handling it. And the reason that that matters is that's where swing voters, that's where suburban moms who voted for him last time, where he could lose them. If they feel like it's hurting their health, they feel like it's hurting their health care, that's where people who voted for him last time tip against him.
Yeah, the suburban moms, the higher educated voters, all the people that Willie may have been split more in the suburbs and other demographic groups in 2016, now moving against Donald Trump aggressively in 2017 in Virginia, 2018 in the off-year congressional elections, 2019 in governor's races where Democrats are winning in the Deep South. And you look, I'll just give you 4 states right now that if I'm in the Trump campaign, I'm petrified by. Pennsylvania, I'm sorry, Joe Biden on the strength of I mean, I'm not saying it's over, but you look at the Scranton Wilkes-Barre media market, one of the bigger media markets. It's a Republican media market, but man, it's breaking hard for Joe Biden. You combine that with the Philly suburbs. I don't see Donald Trump winning Pennsylvania this year. I just don't see it happen. I saved the tape. I could be wrong. Michigan. Many people think that Michigan, in Trump's own campaign, they fear that it's close to being gone. He goes there yesterday. He can't do anything straight. He doesn't wear a mask. All right. So, yeah, the guys that are running around with, you know, AR-15s think he's really cool. All the suburban women, higher educated people that voted Republican before a break, that hurts there. And then you look at the seniors, Florida and Arizona. Those states are so much trending so much better for Biden than they should be at this point because of 65 and older. So up north, Pennsylvania and Michigan, in the Sun Belt, Florida and Arizona, again, only May. But it's not like this guy's getting better by the day. He keeps getting worse politically.
Yeah, as you've rightly said, it's a national poll. We don't vote in a national referendum, and it is only May, and if anything, the last 3 months have taught us everything can change in a short period of time. But as of this week, this Fox News poll, a poll he used to lean on, not so much anymore, tells a story of a president in trouble. Today, here we are approaching Memorial Day weekend. And another piece of this that I thought was interesting in the Fox News poll, you mentioned the president reluctant to wear a mask. He did wear it briefly yesterday at that Ford plant. Shows that the people carrying the AR-15s are a small group, something we know, protesting in Michigan around the Capitol, because 84% of Americans in this poll say they wear the mask, either all the time or most of the time or usually. It's a small percentage, 6%. 6% say they never wear the mask, 8% say rarely they wear the mask. So why do I bring that up? The reason is he is leaning into a very small demographic that is fighting and saying, I will never wear a mask. These people who show up in viral videos are not representative of where the country is on these questions. As you say, suburban voters, people across Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania who he desperately needs to win are still following the CDC rules. They're listening to people like Dr. Fauci, who this poll shows is vastly more popular than Donald Trump in this country still, despite some of the protests we see. So the country is in one place, and the president of the United States keeps drilling down further into another place where the voters are much smaller in numbers.
I used to say that he was focusing too much on a third of the electorate, the 33%, the hardcore 33%. He moved that up to about 40% through economic success. But now he's drilling down to the 10% who share Dr. Fauci conspiracy theories on Facebook, and how disgusting that Facebook allows those conspiracy theories to continue to churn around. How disgusting. There's a New York Times article a couple of days ago. Just going off a sidebar here. How disgusting that Facebook allows those lies to circulate and have so many more people see those lies than see, like even new Taylor Swift videos, just to talk about how big the lies Facebook allows Donald Trump to spread, and then they take down a commercial because it offends him. Why don't they just put Trump 2020 on the front page of Facebook? Truly disgusting, despicable stuff that's happening. And it's all on Zuckerberg and Sandberg's resume. That they're allowing these lies, these vile lies, to be spread. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
So those are the people, though, that Donald Trump is going for, the 10%, the 12%. The guys with AR-15s that go into the Michigan State Legislature. He's proud of that those people are wearing Trump signs. They're attacking and insulting law enforcement officers, screaming in their face. It's disgusting. But Donald Trump is looking at those people and focusing on them for some really bizarre reason. And when he does it, what's he doing? He's turning off so many voters that said, what do I have to lose in 2016? They listened to Donald Trump. Hey, he may be right. What do I have to lose? Now, every day during this pandemic, Donald Trump has shown them day in and day out what they have to lose. And as Willie brought up yesterday in the Ford plant, which we're going to talk about in a second, he did it again. He showed he doesn't think the rules